Welcome back, everyone. Your Lord Captain Given 100 has returned yet again for another video for you guys today. And Alex Langton. I saw your comment out there, but it was really late when I did see it. You guys, he asked again, when was the next video? And so, here's your answer. Today, and right when you guys see it. I can't, well, you know what, screw it. In my point of view, today and right now. But for you guys, it'll probably be like an hour, well, like a few minutes after I post it. But here we go again. But we're picking off where we left off. Cursed Speech Deku Part 2. So without further ado, let's get right into where we left off. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Cue the intro.
It doesn't matter who's wrong, who's right.
Boom! Alright, we back up in here. Alright, so last time we had left off, I just introduced Izuku, our main character here, to Lady Satsuki and Miss Oh So Kind Ryuko. Yeah, Kill la Kill and kind of My Hero Academia, collaboration, just for the sake of the story, because I do like this ship and I want to finally get it done with. And last time I checked, the Cursed Speech had gotten 11 likes in the past 2 days, which I really like. Also, real quick, if you guys have not seen my newest video yet, what if my character was in One Piece, I suggest you go watch that right now. And hopefully you guys will very much like it, because we've only got 2 likes on that right now. But I still might continue it anyway, because I got other things to worry about. Next, guys, also comment down below if you want to see the Pokemon What If come back. What if Ash was Red Sun? Because back when I still was on my old channel, The Auditor, that was a really successful series, and I'm thinking of continuing it. Because where we would pick up, guys, is on the Elite Four and Championship battle, and then we would just get into Johto. But if you guys don't want to see any more Pokemon What Ifs, then just put in the comment section below. You know what? I think I have to do Kanto justice by ending it off, and then I'll post a community if you guys do want to see me do the Johto series, and that will determine if the Pokemon series really did just die with the Auditor, or if you guys want to see it again. Because back in the old channel, I didn't really make Ash catch Mewtwo, but this is not the right What If to talk about that. But still, just put it down below if you. I'm gonna finish off What If Ash was Red Sun, the Kanto series, and then I'll ask you guys on a community post if you want me to go to Johto. So be on the lookout for that pretty soon. All right, let's get back into it. So last time I introduced, Izuku to, Satsuki Kiryuin and Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill. This is a collaboration between those two, yeah. And so, like I said, I didn't want to spoil too much, but I did continue it on, and there has been a major time skip. And Deku has definitely had an influence on Satsuki and Ryuko. And crazy enough, oh yeah, Satsuki and Ryuko, decided to live both their canon lives. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Their parents are not divorced in here. Isshin Matoi and Ragyo Kiryuin are not divorced in this one. They are still a happily married couple and everything on that situation. But their daughters just chose to live the lives like they wanted. Like, obviously Ryuko was like the rebellious type of child, but it was fine because, well, I mean, since she kind of comes from a successful family, they could just pay off that crap. But so she got away with a lot of stuff, but she did realize but she doesn't know right from wrong though. And Satsuki still decided to live a proper life and everything. So yeah, both of their daughters got freedom to do whatever they please with their lives. But still, Izuku did have a definite influence on both of them, because him wanting to be a hero and everything, and him training really hard, is what led to Satsuki, Ryuko, and their newest friend Mako to actually join up to want to become heroes as well. Now this is the thing, I'm gonna say their family is like the Yaoyorozu family. They are very rich and they have like a family business or whatever going on, and they were hoping one of their daughters could actually take over once it's all said and done, which I mean is fine. Which Which Ryuko obviously, okay, Ryuko outright said she doesn't want to take over the family business because that's just not something she wants. But Satsuki, I mean, obviously says she'll do it, but she still wants to be a hero anyway. I mean, hey, there's nothing that's saying you can't do both, because you know Yaoyorozu's gonna have to take over her family, well, whatever the heck they got going on. But still, yeah. Over the years, I'm gonna say in like third grade. Yeah, I'm gonna say third grade. Ryuko actually made a friend other than Izuku that she talks to. It was this strange girl named Mako Monkansho. And if you guys want to see all three of them together, then here is what they look like. Yep. This is a picture that Izuku keeps with him all times because he was the camera guy, and you know it was kind of cool. So, even though Satsuki wouldn't smile, it's still subtle there that she still cares. Crazy enough, okay, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, all three of them actually do like Izuku in this one, because not only is he a very cool guy, but he's very caring to all three of them. Obviously Izuku shows no preference of one over the other two, because obviously he cares about all three of them equally. And if you guys know where I'm going with this, then please put it down in the comment section below, because there's a certain anime character out there that also has three, you know, I'm not gonna say that, but still, it's not official yet. Their relationship isn't official yet, but all three of them do like Izuku, and Izuku does like them back. Even though Mako and Ryuko do show signs of like openly flirting and everything, I mean, and they do like each other as well. I mean, they can come to terms on one thing when it comes to Izuku. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not gonna say anything more. But as for Deku himself, he's changed over the years as well. As I said before, since Deku was the son of All For One in this one, he has white hair with green tips, and he has, you know, his father's... Did I say he has red eyes? Did I? White hair, green tips. You know what? Yeah, I'm screwed. I'm gonna keep the red eyes. I'm sorry if I said green eyes last time, guys, but it's red eyes. You know, red eyes with the freckles and stuff. Hopefully, I'm staying consistent, and I said red eyes in part 1. I haven't watched part 1 in like a little bit. But anyway, on that situation, as Izuku got older, his father's more prominent genes actually did start to show in his, well, figure. Because over time, Izuku grew bigger, and, oh boy, he's a very big boy. And if you want to see him now, let me show you real quick. Yeah, here we are. This is what Deku looks like nowadays. And the reason why he looks like this is because I took up the opportunity. Because All For One wanted a genetically similar copy to himself. He didn't really, he paid, to do all of that, he needed more of his genes inside of it, oh my god, into his own son, instead of Inko's. So, like I said, Deku was like pretty much 90 to 99% related to All For One. Well, he's probably like barely 1 to 10, oh wait, hold on, Deku was 90 to, yeah, 1 to 90 or 99% of his dad related to him, because that's how genetically close he is compared to his dad, while to Inko he's like 91 to like straight 100, like 10% related to his mom. So yeah, that's why I took this opportunity. And Deku is like not only does he have the, you know, the build and the bulk to go with it, he also has, you know, All For One's height and everything to keep it the same. You know, I looked it up. All For One is 7'4". Wait, yeah, he's 7'4". What the heck, man? Just because, you know, I'm basing it off of this, because you guys know Broly is naturally big as well, I'm gonna make Deku 7'6". Because give him 2 more inches, because F you, that's why. And I don't care. My what if, my rules, and I like it like that. So, yeah, Deku was seen as a massive behemoth in a lot, and I mean a lot of, you know, to other people, Deku's like a literal grown man. I mean, now pretty much he is, because he's 18 at this point, but still. But yeah, like I said, Deku is naturally like just that big. And also, he does have the scars like that Broly has, like the one on his cheek, the X that goes across his pec, and you know, the on his arm and everything. And the reason he got those scars was because he kind of trained way too hard with his quirk, and it just shows that he has massive experience when it comes to it. Also, the little 2 scars on his freaking on his abs as well. So yeah, you don't want to. This Deku works very hard, and has worked very hard to achieve the level of power he has. So you don't want to ruin that. But anyway, onward from that. Oh yeah, Deku's hair isn't, you know, crazy like that? Or maybe it could be. I don't know. I'm trying to think on that situation. Wait, give me a sec to think, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah, I decided we're gonna keep the hair. We're gonna keep the hair like this. At least I know what you guys are gonna say. Isn't that Ikari? No, it's not Ikari Broly. That's just, you know, DBZ Broly with Super's, you know, physique and the way, you know, his scars and the way he looks in this design. So we're gonna keep this hair right here. I mean, yeah, he grew it out by a lot, but it doesn't go down his back or anything. It's just well, I mean, it kind of does. I don't know how to describe it, but just think of it like this, and it's pretty cool like that. So we're gonna keep it that way. All right, so basically onto what happened over the time skip. So let me explain. So over the time skip that's been happening, Izuku dove deeply into his quirk research when he was quirkless, writing about his notes and everything, studying quirks itself. But among his cursed speech, Deku found out he could do many, and I mean many things with it. Because as I said before, his cursed speech isn't just limited to his voice. He can turn it on and off as he pleases, unlike, you know, a certain somebody and, you know, a certain anime. But Izuku realized over the years he could also be very specific with exactly what he wants, and it will get done. So it's very insane to how his quirk actually works. But one glaring weakness you might say is, well, if somebody just covers his mouth, he can't really say anything. Nah, like even if his voice is muffled or anything, the act of Izuku saying it, even though his mouth is covered or even trying to be taped up, will still imply the same like command as it would cursed speech. But you guys are gonna say that's too OP. I mean, well, cursed speech does have its one glaring weakness of it hurting the user, because, you know, depending on how specific they go with the command. But, you know, Izuku is Izuku, and he'll find a way around that eventually. So yeah, like I said, dove deep into his studies and did a lot of physical training. A lot of it. So, yeah, man's pretty hefty. So on that situation, now we're going to skip to like the end of the high school era, because like I said, I'm making all of my UA1 college AUs. Alright, now to change the, you know, the scenery real quick. So, into the high school era. The end of it, at least. Sorry guys, I got no idea exactly where to continue this on at. And you know what? Hold on. I think I'll find something different. Yeah, this is a much better scene like that. All right. Anyway, phew. So end of high school. There, crazy enough, Ryuko, Satsuki, Mako, and Izuku, all four of them are in the same high school and in the same class when it ends. Satsuki is always in that, you know, AP, that premium class session, but she still you know, comes to, oh boy, she still comes to, you know, her little sister and her other friends, you know, classroom, because, you know, she's president of student body council and everything. She always was perfect straight A, so she can just do whatever she wants. But, you know, Ryuko never cared about that hierarchy crap. Mako didn't understand it, and Izuku was just way too focused on something else. Because in his eyes, today's the day, and it truly is. Oh yeah, since Izuku was aspiring to work so hard and he changed so much, this inspired the other three to train and get stronger as well. Even Mako with her quirk, even though it's very dangerous, hey, I'm still doing it though. All right. Anyway, I already told you Satsuki's and Ryuko's quirk, and if you guys didn't know, it's blood manipulation. Go back to watch part 1, and I'll explain Mako's quirk and in this what if as well, so that way you guys can understand what it is. Alright, but anyway, Satsuki just finished all her classes early, and now she came to visit you know, her sister and her other friend's class. So the teacher would come in and say the same BS about knowing that they all want to be heroes and whatnot. Everything else is essentially the same. It's all cool, it's all good. But Bako would say that same D-lister crap. But you know, everybody would be people would still say you better than Akatsuki, for the solid reason is that Izuku never really showed that he had a quirk. Oh yeah, just never really showed that he had a quirk. People just think that he got a tattoo or something as he got older. Because keep in mind, Bakugo and Deku are not friends in this AU. Like, after Bakugo tried to bully a person, him and Deku broke off that friendship. Oh yeah, after Deku got his quirk and finally used it against Bakugo, I mean, still, that friendship was broken off because people just thought it was a sonic scream like President Mike. Little do you know, it's something infinitely better than yours. Deku is a literal omnipotent god. I should honestly rename this series Omnipotent Deku. You know what? What do you guys think about that? Should I rename this series Omnipotent Deku? Yes, no, yay, nay. 10 more likes on the video and I'll continue the series, by the way. But still, yay or nay. Omnipotent Deku. Alright, moving on. So, with that being said, the teacher would see that Bako signed up for UA, and Bako would go on that whole speech about how his entire career starts at UA High. He's going to be the most popular, the best one, and the coolest hero, even stronger than All Might. But then the teacher would look and say, "Oh, we have 4 more entries for UA." Ryuko Matoi, Satsuki Kiryuin, Mako Monkonshok, and Izuku Midoriya. Wait, why did I say that? Yeah, Izuku Shimura. That's, because, if you guys didn't know, if you watch part 1, so you'll know. And Izuku Shimura, actually. And people start laughing, not because at the 3 of them, but they're more laughing at Deku wants to go to UA. I mean, because the only reason they say this is because they say you have to have a good quirk to get into UA. I mean, in a Sonic Scream, while it's fine, I mean, lots of people have voice-like quirks, so it doesn't really matter. But, only the 4 friends know what Izuku's quirk truly is capable of. Well, Sasuke, Ryuko, and Mako somewhat know, but only Izuku really, truly in depth knows all of his capabilities. He has hundreds, if not in the thousands of notebooks on himself and what he can do. But he keeps that to himself right now because he doesn't want to spoil the surprise. It's a all-round surprise that he has, that he can do shit like that. But it's always fine, though. They don't really care. Oh, yeah, Satsuki and Ryuko get confessed to almost every single day, but they're not interested in those. There's only one guy they have their eyes on. Oh, boy, this is so funny. Alright, anyway, continuing onward with that situation. Whew. Okay, so, let me continue. So what's gonna happen now is simply this. Bakugo would try to outright threaten Deku yet again, but Deku is just straight up not interested in what Bakugo has to say. Like, at all, not even remotely. Deku straight up just grabs his things, pack up, and just, all the 4 friends just walk out again. Honestly, they should be called the 4 rejects because no one even, notices it. They're, like, not really noticeable except for Satsuki. But still. And what Bakugo would say in his own words, you got one pompous-ass princess, one little spoiled rat who's just acting like a punk, one oblivious crazy dumbass bitch, and the 4th a wannabe oversized Hulk who's probably compensating for something. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a warning. He's definitely not compensating. Oh boy. And Deku turned around and he actually got pissed at that. Actively veins bulging on his face. Like Bakugo said, "Oh, you got a problem with what I said?" And if it ever came down to it, okay, I'll tell you guys one thing. Just because Deku has bulky muscles and everything, don't you dare think that he's slow in any type of regard. It's just like the problem with Broly and Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball Z movie in the first one. Just because he has a big and a bulky transformation doesn't make him slow in any type of way. He's still very agile for a big guy. And you guys might be wondering, but how? Super Saiyan grade 2, 3, and maybe 4? Slow you down. But that's the thing. Izuku's not isolating his speed for more power in that sense. This is what he naturally looks like. He is naturally that big. Unlike the characters who can actually buff themselves up like that. So since Izuku is naturally that big, while obviously being capable of bulking himself up if he wanted to, he's still very much agile with what he does. Because, not just being strong and overpowering is going to guarantee that you be a hero. Izuku worked on every aspect about himself. And that includes his agility and how nimble he is. And this guy, for a big dude, Izuku's very agile and very nimble. I'll just say that. Alright, so, anyway. On that situation, Satsuki just grabs Izuku's shoulder and just shakes her head, saying it's not worth, just shaking her head because it's not worth it. Izuku would calm down and he would just end up leaving. So with that situation ended, now they're pretty much asking Izuku what he's going to do, and Izuku just said he's honestly just going to train again for the next year. While knowing what he can do with this quirk and everything, how it works, the ins and the outs, he still feels like there's something he's lacking, but he's not sure what it is. I don't know. He's just gonna work on his quirk a bit more. And while that being said, the four of them have finally asked, can Izuku help train them? Because even though, like I said, oh man. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, Satsuki and Ryuko come from a rich family, and of course Mako is over there all the time. Even though they have training grounds and everything for them to basically, train well on, they don't feel like they're getting enough benefit as Izuku does. Because remember, they've been training to try to keep up with Izuku, but he's so far ahead of them. Not like, in general quirk-wise, they're never going to catch up with him on that, but still. They feel like they're severely lacking in a lot of power, and where everything else can be influenced because, well, he's just so strong already. So, in that state, they actually want to be able to, I'm trying to think. Oh, I got it. They actively want to be able to, be by his side to aid him in his hero quest. So, but Izuku, having no reason to say no to this, obviously accepts it. It just means he won't be by himself for this time. So, crazy enough, since the Deku didn't have to spend his time sulking around the water fountain and everything, they actually went under the overpass like fairly well, and they got home with no situation. So that means the hunt for All Might's successor is still on and everything. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking I should make it... Should I make it Mirio, or should I make it Bakugo to make the story more spicy? I'm going to make it Bakugo to make the story more spicy. We need to add some Gear 100-ness to the story. And giving one for all to Bakugo is perfect. It's a chef's kiss. And you guys will see why later. Okay. So, once that happens, Izuku just brings... Oh yeah, the three of them to his house. Yes, it's a house and not an apartment because, well, due to the two daughters liking Izuku, they wanted to show them some generosity, and Izuku has pretty much a fucking mansion. Yeah, Izuku pretty much has a goddamn mansion. So, oh boy, Inko didn't think that was necessary, but the family insisted, and they got one on one of their properties. So yeah, that's what's going on now. So after getting back to Deku's mansion, which is like in the rich people neighborhood, where Satsuki, Ryuko, and live, while Mako's kind of like in the I don't know, like in the downtown area or suburban area, whatever it is. They all stayed at Izuku's like place for a while, and Inko was very welcoming of the three girls, because she could tell that they liked Izuku. Or either that, or she was probably wondering who was going to be with Izuku when, like, at this point in time. Because she could tell, she could tell that they actually liked him, but Inko could not decipher which one would Izuku end up being with. Because if she had to put her money on it, she would probably say Satsuki because of how, well-mannered and, proper she is, while she thinks, she has nothing against Ryuko at all for being punk-like and everything. All girls have their own style. I mean, she literally is best friends with Mitsuki. And you can only tell how much of a, oh my god, how rowdy Mitsuki was back in the day, so she has nothing against punk girls at all. But it's because she thinks that Ryuko is with Mako. And while she's not wrong, they're not together in the sense of a relationship type thing. They just openly flirt with each other just because they're that close of friends. Because some people do that, I think. I'm not sure anymore. So yeah, while, like Mom, I'm home scene, and, they stayed around for lunch because it was an early dismissal, Inko did ask Izuku what was he going to do now? And he tells his mom the same thing I've said up until this point, as he eats his food. I'm going to become a hero, Mom. Still sticking to that dream, huh, Izuku? Yes, ma'am. And I for sure am going to achieve it. Well, since hold on, Izuku's birthday is like July, so like he's gonna have a year anyway, so he'll be like 19. I'm gonna say he's 18 at this point already. So it's Izuku's 18th birthday, and Inko wanted to tell him this secret, so that way for his 18th birthday. So actually, he wouldn't go saying this when he was a kid. And what's that? Izuku, she would say that their family name is a lot more than you would think. Wait, Shimura? Yes. And Satsuki would actually wait to hear about this, because okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Satsuki would already know about the Shimura family line, because Izuku just so conveniently keeps that name. Wait, no, I don't think. Hold on. You know what? Nah, Satsuki wouldn't know about that, but she wouldn't know about that. But here we go. As Inko would bring up a picture and point it out, like, wait, Mom, who's that? That's your grandma. Wait, who's that? That's your uncle. So that means, yep, that's me. As they would look at the picture, and they would see dang it. Okay, we're back again. As they would see this picture, just imagine that, there's a green-haired girl on the other side of Nana, and instead of just holding both of her arms around the boy, she's using both arms to bring her kids in close. And immediately, and I mean immediately, Satsuki would recognize that as the previous #1 hero before All Might, because wait, how do you know? That's the #1 pro hero, Nova. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just gonna say I just made up a superhero name because Nana Shimura's hero name was never confirmed, so I'm just making one up on the spot. That's the previous hero before All Might. Nova. So wait, she's your mother? Yes. Holy, no one, and Satsuki would know about that is because okay, their father was actually Ishin Matoi was saved by Nana Shimura. Okay, this is gonna follow somewhat of the canon storyline of Kill la Kill, because okay, their family was under attack by someone back in the day, under attack by an organization. It was by the Yakuza, actually, from back then. And while their mother kept Ryuko and Satsuki away from their house being destroyed, and it was on fire around that time, since their dad was still trapped in there, Nova came onto the scene and dove into the burning building and came out there and flew in the air, carrying their father out of the burning building, and she's the reason he's still alive today. So yeah, there you guys go. So wait, what was her name? Her name was Nana Shimura. What happened to her? As Inko would start to get very sad and say that she passed away during hero work, and she had to go into an adoption center. Her and her brother had to go into an adoption center because of it. Oh, what happened to your brother? Inko would say she doesn't know because they had a falling out like a very long time ago. Because back then her brother Kota, I think his name was Kota. I don't know, but she would say they had a falling out because he couldn't understand why their mother had to give them up, and he hated her for it, and therefore he hated heroes. Inko instead chose to forgive their mother and decided to actively move on with her life instead of having hate in her heart because of it. And her brother just couldn't get over he couldn't just let it go. He couldn't just move on. He had to carry that hate with him for so long. And so they had a falling out because because they both argued over their own ideals and what they thought. Inko respected his decision, but her brother just couldn't respect hers. And so they had a very bad argument and had a very bad falling out. And even though Inko tried to contact him multiple times, he just never answered her calls or her letters. She has no idea what he's up to nowadays, or anything. Oh man, that is very bad. Oof. Okay, so on that situation there, and like Izuku would kind of be happy, but also sad about his family background. Like, one, he's happy. He was the son of the previous number one hero. He's the grandson of the previous number one hero before All Might. No wonder his mom has very strong telekinesis. I mean, that's which kind of plays into it, but still. But then again, like, the history behind it is very sad. His grandma passed away, so Izuku never even got to knew who she was. All he got was to hear stories from his own mom. And he has an uncle he has no idea even existed until now. And possibly some cousins out there. This is crazy. Yeah, it really is. Huh. It's very saddening, but Izuku just takes this with pride and said it'll be okay because, well, you can take pride in the fact that another one of their family bloodline will actually be the number one hero again, because Izuku obviously says he's going to UA and everything, and Satsuki, Ryuko, and Mako say that they're going too. Now, I know you guys are dying to know what is Mako's quirk, and here we go. Boom, and we're back. Since Mako is a street fighter or anything else on that, I couldn't think of anything better to give her other than the 8 gates. So there you guys go. The 8 inner gates from Naruto Shippuden. So yeah, and yeah, Mako does call it the 8 gates as well. Now, I know what you guys might be saying. Wait, if Mako uses the 8 gate, wouldn't that be like fatal? Well, yes and no, because here is where I'm taking it actually. Okay, hold on, wait. Okay, it's the user's opening by puncturing their into is emitted from aura opening the gate. The 8th gate causes the bot until it's been cooked from the inside out, reducing the user to ash. Okay. Well, yes, here we go. While the 8th gate does actually kill the user, I'm gonna say this. Mako will not die from using the 8th gate, but upon using the hidden technique of her 8 gates. And you guys might be asking, wait a minute, what's the hidden technique of using her 8 gates? Well, I'll tell you guys that. Like, you know what? Screw that idea. Okay, yeah, Mako does take damage from her 8 gates, but it's like the Kaioken from Dragon Ball Z, actually. Like, she can use the 8 gates, actually, but it will put more and more stress on her body. So, even if she used the 8th gate, she won't die off rip. She will just be in immense amount of pain. But, you know, the repercussions of the Kaioken is still there. You put too much stress on the body, you will actually explode and die. So that's the thing. That's the thing with Mako. She can actively call more power upon the more gates if she needs to. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. If she's using her 8th gate, she can call upon more power throughout her entire body by focusing her chakra even more. Because because that's how her Goku uniform works in Kill la Kill. The more she eats, like, the more power she would get and the stronger she would get. So, I would say this, if Mako would just be eating food on the fly while fighting, she would get stronger. She would get stronger and use that as fuel to power the 8th gate. But in so, it would be damaging her body even worse. So it's like that. She can either use her body's own nutrients to power up the 8th gate, or she can just eat on the fly for more power for her 8th gate as well, but at the cost of immense amount of pain and stress on her body, enough to the point where it can kill her if she's not careful. So there you go. So yeah, it works like the Kaioken off of Dragon Ball Z. So there you guys go. That's Mako's quirk. And if you guys don't know, you know, watch part 1 for Ryuko and Satsuki's quirk, which is still blood manipulation. So there you go. Alright, so there you guys go. So anyway, on that situation, what would be happening next would actually be something very cool. Izuku would be inspired even more, And well, he didn't really have a hero costume design before, but he would actually base it somewhat off of his grandmother for for inspiration, and because, well, it's kind of like paying an homage to it. And while Izuku doesn't exactly know how or like what exactly is going to happen because of this, it's going to be very interesting. But don't worry guys, I'll give you guys the option when part 3 comes out on what Izuku's hero costume is going to be. You know what? Look on the community post after you're done watching this video. That way you guys can decide which hero costume I will be basing it off of. So anyway, let's move on. Because of this new inspired fact, it's now time to train. So over the next entire year, oh my gosh, Izuku, Ryuko, Mako, and Satsuki will be training off their asses to, pick up where they left off. And crazy enough, oh man, this is nuts. The three of them were Izuku is actually training the three of them very well, and they are getting the great benefit that they hoped for. Their skills are now going even more insane, and their blood manipulation is going crazier. And yeah, that's what I mean. Their powers actually come from blood. They can rip out blood from themselves or other people and just use that to their advantage. And whoo boy, when also their father is an amazing engineer or a builder, scientist, whatever the heck he is. So he personally made weapons for Ryuko and Satsuki to use. Oh boy. And for Ryuko, you guys should know what that is, the double scissor blade. And for Satsuki, it's her 2 katanas that she wields. Mako, on the other hand, she has weapons, but I'm not gonna show that right now. So anyway, on that situation, a year later they would all be ready for it. But the thing is, they would all get in through recommendation because, like I said, the family that, Ryuko and Satsuki are in, they're kind of like on the level of influence as the Yaoyorozu family. So all 4 of them can get in through recommendation. And because they're such a high influential family, they actually get straight into Class 1A. I know you guys wanted to see Deku's quirk and everything work on that situation, and you guys are probably disappointed that you didn't get to see it go. But believe me, it's much better that I keep the suspense this way. So anyway, on throughout that situation, we got to replace 4 people because, well, 3 people actually, because Izuku is in there naturally. So, okay guys, I'm going to tell you now, I'm getting rid of Sero. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry for those that you guys care about Sero, those Sero lovers. I know I love the smoker man too. It's pretty obvious that Sero be hitting that stuff, be on that shit, bro. I'm a firm believer of that in the fandom. So I gotta get rid of our sad favorite smoke boy. I'm getting rid of Mineta too, honestly, in place for Mako. And who else am I going to do? I would get rid of Aoyama, but he's the traitor. I could just make it somebody. I could make it somebody else, but I don't know. This is difficult. Okay, I got rid of Mineta. I got rid of Sero. Who else should I get rid of? Sorry guys, but to keep Aoyama in as the UA trader, I have to also get rid of Ojiro in the situation. So, yeah, Mineta, Sero, and Ojiro, they had to leave and replace for, Mako, Ryuko, and Satsuki because they're all in there. So with that being said, the first day of UA, it's going to be awesome. They go to UA because this is where their hero career begins, and as they open the door, that's where we're going to end it off right here, guys. I know, I said I would do a part 2, and this is part 2 right here, because I can't really do anything if I don't have a hero costume for Deku. So I look on my community post right now, and you just pick which costume you would want Deku to actually wear, because I got 3 outright designs for that if you guys do want to see it. But in case you guys don't, it's fine also. So, with that being said, you guys get to pick. So, you guys already know what to do. 10 likes to continue this video. And y'all know what to do at this point. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace, guys.
likes it when I hit, when I tap. Wait, what? Ay, shawty's the same, not without me, she ain't function. Running out the game, I don't got no time for love. Shawty, stick to your lane, I don't wanna hear you bugging.